Alright, what's going on guys? My name is Omega. Welcome back to another Apex Legends video. Now today I actually wanted to show you guys all of the changes that we got today in Season 9. So I want to go through all of the weapon changes, the legend changes, and actually show you guys what they look like. Because I know I've been talking about these patch notes for quite some time, but it's different actually reading the patch notes compared to seeing how it works in game. So hopefully you guys do enjoy this video. We're going to start with some of the legend changes here. So Horizon is the first legend that we're going to talk about today. As you guys can see, this clip that I'm showing you right now is one that I recorded right before Season 9 dropped. When Horizon was on her gravity lift, she would rise up insanely fast and also be able to strafe side to side super easily when she was at the top of her gravity lift. Now in Season 9, her gravity lift speed has been reduced by 30%. They also reduced the side to side acceleration and limited the time you can sit at the top to 2 seconds. So none of other Horizon's abilities were actually changed. However, this change to gravity lift is pretty big. If anything, this might make it easier to get on top of like buildings or into like certain rooms on World's Edge. But again, this was basically just a big nerf for Horizon. She has been pretty overpowered in the last couple seasons. Now Loba had a change which I am super excited about. As you guys can see in the Season 8 version of Loba, when she throws her bracelet, she cannot actually run or slide while doing so. We also know that Loba's bracelet doesn't work in almost like 99% of situations, but now in Season 9 that is completely different. Loba can now throw and slide when using her bracelet in the air. If anything, this change is just going to make Loba more effective in almost every single situation. She'll be able to get out of situations a lot easier, and it'll also be pretty easy just to fake people out. You can run one direction and then throw your bracelet in another, and I highly suggest you guys check her out when you are able to log into Season 9. Now Octane is another person who got a pretty decent sized change. So in Season 8, Octane's stim had a cooldown of 4 seconds after it was used, and it also took away 12 HP when you used his tactical. Now in Season 9, the cooldown of his stim has been reduced from 4 seconds to 1 second. However, it does have an increased health cost from 12 HP to 20 HP. So this probably won't affect people who are actually like really good with Octane. I think this is just going to raise his skill tier just a little bit because it's now a lot more risky if you continuously use his stim. But again, if you are already good at Octane and you know what you're doing, I don't think this is really going to affect you too much. Now, I actually completely forgot to record Lifeline's abilities before the Season 9 patch went live, but I do notice that her ultimate is so much better. So for those of you guys that don't know, Lifeline's ultimate was changed where she now guarantees an upgrade in 3 different categories, either body shield, other equipment, and weapon attachments based on your team's current gear. And as you guys can see in this clip, I dropped down 3 different care packages, and every time the care package came down, I was given an upgraded item of some sort. I started off with some blue armor, was able to upgrade that to purple armor. The next care package, I got gold armor, and then after that, I got a bunch of different attachments for weapons that I already had. So I'm a huge fan of this Lifeline ult change, but another big change that she had was to her heal drone. So the heal rate of her drone was increased from 5 HP per second to 8 HP per second, and the time it takes to deploy her heal drone was reduced by 33%. That is definitely a big change. As you guys can see in this clip right here, you literally just whip it out and it immediately just starts healing. So I honestly think that despite Lifeline getting her passive shield removed, these are definitely some good changes that really help to kind of balance her out and not nerf her into the ground. Fuse had a very small change where he now has 2 stacks of knuckle clusters. I show a clip of that right here. Bangalore also got a big change where her smoke was actually thickened. Now, this was apparently a visual bug that came out in Season 8 and it is now fixed. One thing that I do notice is that it is a little bit buggy when you're looking at different areas of the smoke. Some of them still seem lighter than other areas, and as you guys can see right here, it randomly just got like super dark after I threw that second smoke. So I imagine that there might still be some tinkering needed to do with Bangalore smoke, but it is an improvement of what it was last season. Now next up I want to talk to you guys about some weapons, starting off with the Havoc. So in Season 9, the Havoc now has increased recoil controllability early in the pattern. This first clip that you guys are seeing is of me using the Havoc in Season 8. So with the Havoc, it's a little bit difficult to see, but basically what they did is they reduced the horizontal recoil pattern when you first start shooting. Basically, this was to help compensate for the fact that headshots on assault rifles were now going to deal less damage. The Spitfire basically had the exact opposite change. In order to make the Spitfire less overpowered, they increased the amount of recoil that you have in the beginning of your shots, as you guys can see right here. Now, I also want to point out some things regarding the Peacekeeper and the triple take. take. So as you guys know, in Season 8, the Peacekeeper was able to retain its charge a couple seconds after aiming down sights. In Season 9, since the Peacekeeper is now a ground loot weapon, this has been changed so that the Peacekeeper loses a lot of its charge as soon as you leave ADS. The triple take basically had the exact opposite change. Before in Season 8, as soon as you would stop aiming down the sights, the triple take would basically lose all of its charge. But now that it's a care package weapon, after you leave ADS, you still do have some of that charge on the triple take. The G7 Scout, along with some of the other marksman weapons, also now has an increased hipfire spread size, which will reduce your accuracy if you're not aiming down sights. You really won't notice this too much unless you're spamming your shots, but for the most part, this is just a small change to realign the G7 Scout with some of the other marksman weapons. And before we talk about the brand new Hopups as well as the bow, I also wanted to mention the Mozambique and the P2020. As you guys know, the Mozambique now has an increased magazine capacity from 4 to 6. They also moved the lower 2 pellets inward in the blast pattern. So basically what this means is that if you're trying to shoot someone like mid-range with the Mozambique, it's going to be a little bit easier because the Mozambique basically shoots bullets in like a triangle formation. And now the bottom part of this triangle is going to be more inward towards the top of the triangle. So it's technically going to make it easier for you to hit your shots when you're firing at people from a longer distance. Now, the P2020 had a lowered fire rate from 8.5 to 6.25. This is definitely noticeable when I tried it out in the firing range. Basically makes it so the P2020 is much easier to control, but now you do a little bit more damage. Now, we're going to end this video showing you guys some of the hop-ups and what my opinions are on them. So starting off with shatter caps, this is basically going to be a hop-up only equipable to the 30-30 as well as the bow. It basically allows you to toggle between a standard mode and a shatter mode. In shatter mode, the rounds split into a blast pattern on firing, basically turning either the bow or the 30-30 into a mini shotgun. Now, what's interesting about this hop up on both the bow and the 30-30, so you can actually charge up your shots like normal to deal a little bit more damage. Obviously with the 30-30 though, you do have to be aiming down sights to get this charge. Makes it a little weird because I figured that it would just be for hip firing. I didn't expect people to be like charging up their shots when they're in close range of someone with the 30-30, but this definitely makes it a lot more usable at close range. Now we also have Deadeye's Tempo. This hop up is going to be so much fun to use. It says firing at the perfect moment increases the fire rate. This can be currently attached to the Sentinel and the bow. So on the Sentinel, basically as soon as you finish your last shot, if you do fire again, you will have some increased fire rate. This is super helpful because the Sentinel takes a very long time to get its shots off. Now as you guys know, the bow can equip both of these hop ups, and when both of them are equipped on the bow, it is absolutely insane. It does so much damage. You can basically kill people at short range and just rapid fire all of your arrows. And obviously, as you guys know, with the bow, you can either hold down the trigger button to charge up your arrow, doing a little bit more damage, or you can just rapid fire release the arrows, which will get them off faster, but obviously will do less damage in the long run. So yeah, these are the biggest changes that we got in the Season 9 patch notes. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and hopefully it helped to kind of actually see what these changes are rather than me just reading them from the patch notes. Drop a like on this video if you guys enjoyed. Let me know how you're liking Season 9, and I will see you guys all on the next video. Have a great day. Peace out.